Hey Sisteritas, we're back at the Sisterita Club. Jessica here. Thank you so much for following along with me. I am on vacation and I wanted to take you on a walk with me. We have been making amazing progress putting together our prayer Bibles. I'm super excited about it. So I will continue the series of working at putting that content together because I'm still working on my pink one, but thought that I would take this time to go ahead and address all of the phenomenal questions and comments that you all have been having, because I'm sure you've had the same question, or you might hear a question and think, oh, that's a great question. So let's go ahead, we'll take a walk together and I'll go ahead and answer them. All right, so we are off on our walk. And the first question from Jan Wilcox 7100, where do I find the themes? So that is on the community tab listed under the comments. You'll find all of the themes and Bible verses. And then I have another question from CC13474. Do I have an Amazon affiliate link, and where do I get all of my supplies? So yes, all of my supplies have been from Amazon, and I do not at this moment have the Amazon affiliate links. Now I will work at getting that because I think that'd be great to do, but I just haven't had the bandwidth to get that actually accomplished yet. And to be quite honest, being profitable financially with YouTube was never my number one priority. Of course, if I can, pay for my family to have a hamburger dinner one night, that might be great. But my number one goal is really just to help all of you Sisteritas to grow in your relationship with the Lord and to do this together. And so I don't have the Amazon affiliate links yet, but in the meantime, until I can actually figure that out, the number one way in which you can really and truly support me, Sisteritas, is if you would be so kind as to subscribe and share my videos on your Facebook or your Instagram. That would be the best way that you can really help to support me. And also, you're just doing a service for all of the other potential Sisteritas that could really benefit from hearing how they can improve their prayer life. And so many comments I've gotten is, oh my gosh, this video, I have no idea how it popped up on my feed, but it was so helpful for me. And so we all know that with more subscribers and likes and views, that impacts the YouTube algorithm. So what you can do to help support me in the meantime is share that video and subscribe. It's kind of like, have you ever had that aunt or that grandmother that had the best pecan pie and just never would pass out that recipe? So please don't be that aunt and that grandmother. Please share so that you can allow others to benefit and learn a great technique that will be transformative in their prayer life. All right, so the next question is by Vicki Fletcher 4023. Why do you have different prayer books? Do you pray about all those things in each book every day? So that's a great question. So I didn't necessarily intend to have numerous prayer books, but I don't want to say outgrew them, because I certainly didn't outgrow the prayer books. But I started with the purple one, and the translation in that one was amplified. So it's kind of hard to pray, in my personal opinion, through that scripture translation. So that was one thing that motivated me to create the teal one. But I also wanted to just have new themes and new Bible verses. There was nothing wrong with the original prayer Bible that I had. I just wanted something new. I still go back to that purple one and we'll pray over it or with it. It's kind of like getting a new hairstyle. There's nothing wrong with your previous hairstyle. You'll go back to it, you absolutely love it, but you just want something a little bit new, something fresh, so to speak. And so that was my thinking in creating the new prayer Bible. And like I said, I'll go back to it, but just wanted a little bit of an update. And that's where I think it's nice to have new themes, or if you have the same theme, to have different Bible verses for that particular theme. And let's see if that helped to answer that question. Do you pray about all those things in each book every day? So no, I will usually stick to one book and pray through those themes. And you know, the other thing too is you can keep one book at your desk, you can keep one book in your purse, you can keep one book at your nightstand. So that's another benefit as well. All right, so is your prayer Bible a regular study Bible, or are they separate? What is the size of your prayer Bible? All right, so the size is a 4x5, 4.5 by 6.5. And no, my prayer Bible is not my study Bible. It's not my daily driver. I have a separate Bible for that. This is specifically my prayer Bible. Ruth Rainlieri 9268 asked, how do you keep in your mind what all of the tabs are unless you open to that tab? So that's a great question. I've gotten that quite a bit. So you have so many tabs, but I really honestly have to say, the more you pray out of them, the more you're using your prayer Bible, the more the tabs are going to be familiar to you. You're not going to forget them. It's kind of like if you have a Sunday school teacher, or you know, a teacher in school. How do you remember the names of 30 kids? They do. They are with them so much that their names become familiar. You're in your prayer Bible so much that you end up becoming very familiar with the tabs. And until you do become very familiar with the tabs, it never bothered me to get acquainted with them and the time that I had to take in order to do that. If I was praying out of my daily prayers, I can still talk and kind of think at the same time. So I might, you know, flip to another style tab and see what that is, and then think, oh yeah, I'll pray that theme next. And then you would just follow along with that particular style of that tab. So I hope that answers that question. All right, Wisdom Work 5761 said, where does my diamond mug come from? And that was from the Goodwill. I love the Goodwill. Everything I get is from the Goodwill. Roxanne S. Erickson said, what verses would you pray over missionaries off and on the field? And I thought that was such a great question. So I'm actually going to make a tab just for missionaries. So I would say one, definitely strength and perseverance. And you could use Isaiah 40:31 for that. I would do encouragement. You could do Psalms 112, 6 through 7. I would do provision, and Philippians 4:19 would be a great verse. You could do protection and safety, and you would do Psalms 121, 8. You could do for the darkness to be lifted, and I would do Isaiah 61, 1. And you could do, let's see, divine opportunities for them to be able to share their faith. That would be Colossians 4, 3 through 4. And then I would say for open hearts, and that'd be Jeremiah 24, 7. Lady J-Crafty 2016 said, what exactly is attributes? Because you know we have an attribute tab. So attributes are the quality or the features regarding a characteristic or inherent part of someone. And so what that means is, what are all of the characteristics of God? So in the Lord's Prayer, you know, Jesus says, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. So he's praying and honoring God and recognizing his amazing attributes, his holiness, his power, his glory. And so that's where I created that theme just entitled attributes. It could be characteristics of God, however you want to verbalize it. I just chose the word attributes, but it's really to signify God's characteristics that make him worthy to be worshiped and praised. All right, let me see if I have some other questions here. Alrighty, and then this one from Melody Pipkin 3855. what kind of stickers, etc. are you using on the inside cover that you have the space to write and personalize, and what are actually you recording there. So that is on the inside front cover. That's where I have those tags. And on the tags, I'm writing those bold prayers that I'm asking God to answer for me. And then I'm asking also on those tabs the ongoing prayers, like what I'm envisioning for my children, about our country, you know, those prayers that are just going to be kind of lifelong prayers. And then I'm adding stickers for decorations, washi tape, whatever I feel would be fun and cute to decorate it with. All right, Bonnie, I think Bonnie D3550, are you adding verses to the themes after you get started during the year? Do you recommend that every year you change and create a new prayer Bible? If not, how long would you use before changing? So that's a great question. So it's really up to your preference. Like I said, I had that that purple prayer Bible, and I really enjoyed it, but I just wanted new themes. And I wanted new Bible verses for those themes, and that's why I chose the teal, and now that's why I'm doing the pink one. But what I would say is you can just choose to blow up your Bible and just continue to add additional themes to that prayer Bible. Also, how many prayer Bibles do you want? Do you want one in your, like I said, one in your kitchen, one in your purse, one at your desk? It depends on how many prayer Bibles you want. How thick do you want your prayer Bible? It's just completely and totally up to you and your preference. And you kind of get attached to a prayer Bible. I was really attached to that purple one for a really long time, and then I just wanted something different. Again, I go back to it, but that was just my personal preference, and I feel really attached to the teal one. I will use the teal and the purple one and the pink one hand in hand, and just keep going back to them. There's no right or wrong answer. It's really just your preference and what works well for you. And then the follow-up question, do you have a notebook for recorded answered prayers? I don't, because I just use the inside cover of my prayer Bible, which I think is so cool, is on that one that's purple. I did that in 2019, and I can see that the majority of all of those prayers have been answered. And then I just continue it on to the ones that I'm still praying over. But I can see the answered prayers based on me originally recording them in the cover of that prayer Bible. All right, and then one last question, Kimberly D40, do I have plans on making a preteen or teens boy prayer Bible? I think that's fabulous. I have a 14-year-old boy. I would definitely love to do something like that for him. And I also have a prayer Bible I made for my husband, and he uses that, so I'll have to share that with you, Sisteritas, sometime soon. So I appreciate all of the questions and the comments. Look at them, read them, Sisteritas. It will literally bless you. It is absolutely amazing what God is doing with us, that we are literally going to be going to battle with the enemy, praying. There's spiritual warfare, and we are getting down on our knees. And think about all of the prayers that Jesus is going to answer, and he otherwise wouldn't, because we had not asked. And so that's what's so powerful about us uniting together and praying over our friends, our family, our country, all of these big, bold prayers. So let's just act, move, don't hesitate, and I appreciate all of you. Love you. Bye.